Morning, guys. My name is Elsie Rose, right? And my husband Scott and I are the owners, or I would like to say the stewards, of Sunshine Academy here in Conway. And coming to you here, real and raw this morning, and that's kind of the point. I have just come in from my morning run, and I read something that I just felt compelled to share with whomever it might encourage this morning. I shared earlier in the week with a group that as a senior in high school, I had a career-ending knee injury. I was a basketball player, and they weren't able to do a whole lot of repair, and so my dreams of college ball and that kind of thing were brought to a quick end. But a funny thing happened. A few years went by, and I also ran track all during junior high and high school, and I rediscovered a love for running. Now, I really wasn't supposed to be able to run because my knees doesn't really hold up very well with running, and that's kind of the point of the story. I began to run and walk and run and walk and run and walk, and finally did a 5K and finished the Toadsuck 5K. And after I finished that, I told my husband, I think I want to run a marathon. And he was like, now let's see, you ran 3 miles and you want to go run 26? How does that make sense? But anyway, long story short, this video is about God's faithfulness. And the person who was not supposed to be able to run or do all those kinds of things. In fact, I want to share with you just a quick video, or not a video, just a picture of just a few of the things that God did. So I don't know if you can see, sitting here on my Bible, is just a little bit of an example of God's faithfulness. And in fact, he allowed me to run not just short distances, but long distances. And that's what I want to read to you this morning as we're in this crazy time. The verse comes out of Hebrews chapter 12, and this is what he says. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles us, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith. And y'all, this was so incredible. The very first marathon I did in Dallas, the Dallas White Rock, right before the gun went off, it was in December and it was really cold. And all of a sudden, all these elite runners just start throwing off all their clothes. And basically, they're just going to run in shorts and a singlet. And this was my first marathon, and I was not going to be running fast at all. So I needed lots of warm clothing. But that verse came to mind. Let us throw off everything that hinders. They were getting rid of anything that would slow them down. And that has stuck with me. And I think about this time that we're in, and this morning as I was reading this, we all have a race to run. And a marathon is just that. What we're in is not a sprint. We're in a marathon. And a marathon takes a long time to run. Now, if you're one of the elite runners, you do it a lot faster than some of the rest of us. Some of us spend half a day completing one. But that's okay. Everybody runs their own race. So that's where I want to bless you guys and encourage you this morning. Whether you're a nurse or a doctor or a fireman or the mayor, the governor, the president, a teacher, a mom, a dad, a pastor, whatever it is that you're a grandparent, whatever it is that you're being called to do, guys, run your race with perseverance and keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. It's so easy to look around at the obstacles in our path, and it's easy to look at how fast or how slow other people are running or whatever. But the word here is just to run with perseverance. And perseverance means when you're running a marathon, you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. I remember one of the first times we were running long distance, and somebody told me a joke, and it really wasn't funny, but it stood with me, and it said, how do you eat an elephant? Well, you eat them one bite at a time. You can't eat the whole elephant. You can't run a marathon all at one time. You run it one step at a time. And so whatever your race is today, guys, run it. Run it as if you're running for the Lord and not for yourself. And one of the beautiful things about long distance runs, and this is where I want to encourage you today, is that Usually along the path, people will be cheering you on. I have an incredible support group when we run. My husband has ridden 1,000 miles, and our family stops it and cheers along the way. And it's just a cool thing. But total strangers cheer for you. You don't know who they are. They hold up signs. Some of them are hilarious. Others are incredibly encouraging. And especially those people and those signs show up somewhere about 3/4 of the way of a race. All races seem to have this giant hill. And you see so many people cheering one another on with signs. And so I want to encourage you, wherever you are today, use your social media, use your whatever sign you put up next to your bear at your house, whatever it is, cheer one another on, guys. Pray for one another. List your favorite Bible verse, whatever it is, your favorite song, whatever it is that would encourage each other to run the race that's set before us. All of our races are different, and we're called to do different things on our races. But guys, do what you can do. I'm a testament here as I finish my run today that God can do amazing things, and nothing's too big for him. So blessings to you guys. I just pray that you would forget what's behind and press on toward the goal that's ahead of us, and keep loving on each other, keep serving one another, keep blessing each other. And let's cheer one another on just like we would at the finish line of these marathons. Love you guys. Bye.